All right, so today what we're going to be doing is taking our under the sink reverse osmosis system and we're going to be transitioning it from a TD. All right, so today what we're going to be doing is taking our under the sink reverse osmosis system and we're going to be transitioning it from a TDS filter to an alkaline filter. So what I want to do is show you how to change the filters. I've had my system for about a year, and you're going to get just about 1,000 gallons of water through that filter system, and I think that we're just about there. So we're going to be changing out all 4 of the filters, except for this one filter right underneath here. The post-carbon filter, we're going to be replacing that with an alkaline filter. And what that's going to do, the T33 allows you to remove all of the total dissolved solids in the water. And when we put in the alkaline, filter, what that's going to do is restore the alkalinity to your water and make it a better water for you to be ingesting. So what we're going to do after we get these filters changed is run some test strips here, and these are just aquarium test strips. And so we're going to test our tap water, and then we're going to test the filtered water and see how much different the alkalinity is, also how much different the pH is. So to change these, they're just going to be a screw top, and it should just be a real simple change. This is what the filters look like when they come in the box, and so we're going to be replacing that T33 with an alkaline filter. So let's get this done. Okay, so when the filters come brand new, they do come with a cap on them, which just pops off just like that. And then you can also see that it's just going to be like a quarter turn. Once you slide that up into the machine, give that a twist, it's just going to be really simple to do. So, okay, so one thing that you do want to make sure of when you're changing these is that you shut your water off, because water is just going to continue to flow through the filters, whether there's a filter on there or not. Don't ask me how I know that, I just do. So to pull these off, we're going to do a quarter turn, and you are going to get a little bit of a drippage because there is water in these filters. And so you can see I got a little bit of water down here. You just want to have a towel handy so that you can get that wiped up real quick. And then these are just going to go in, push them up, and twist just like that. And then we're going to switch this T33 out for the alkaline. Push and turn. Okay, so what we're going to do now that we've got the filters changed is we're going to go ahead and run some tests on this water. We're going to test our tap water for TDS, and then we're going to test the filtered water for TDS. Now, as I said before, the T33 is typically going to be your filter, which removes the TDS, which is the total dissolved solids. And the alkaline should not really remove too much of the TDS. But being a filtered water, a reverse osmosis water, I would anticipate that the TDS levels would be down and making that water more safe to drink. So first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and test our tap water here. You can see my TDS is showing 0 parts per million. And right out of the tap, I got 152 parts per million. And right out of the tap there, we're going to go ahead and test it. Sitting at 0, and the TDS is still kind of high, but it did reduce it by 50%, so that's still pretty good. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and test the alkalinity. That was the whole reason for putting the new filters on, and again, I'm just going to use test strips. So we're just going to pull one of these strips out of here, dip it in. What we're showing is that we got a pretty hard water. You can see that purple there. That's what we're really paying attention to. And so my water is okay, but it's still pretty hard. And then we get down here to the pH. The pH is really not too bad, which, I mean, it really should be safe coming out of the tap anyway. But we do want to check our filter and see what kind of a difference it makes. Immediately we can see some differences here, big differences. Okay, so obvious differences there. The alkalinity is reduced just a little bit to good, safe levels. You can see how that has changed. You can also see how the hardness has changed, the alkalinity has changed, the carbonate has changed, the pH has changed, everything has changed. And if you'll notice, on the sheet here, it shows you the okay levels or when you should be changing your water. And the chlorine, notice the chlorine is safe now. The total hardness is within normal limits. The alkaline is okay now. Nothing to worry about. And the carbonate is in the okay levels. And the pH, notice the pH, it's down to a 6.2, which is all good. Nitrates are good. Copper is good. Iron's good. Now, this is the TDS. This is the total dissolved solids. And typically out of a filter, typically out of a reverse osmosis filter, it's going to it's going to reduce these down to 0. So we're at a really good place right now. So if you are looking for a reverse osmosis filter simply to remove the TDS out of your drinking water, then you're going to want to go with the T33 filter on that. If you're looking to balance out the vitamins and minerals and the alkalinity to have some alkaline water, then you're going to want to go with the alkaline filter. And you can see the difference that it's made. It is a superb difference. It's going to change the quality of the water. It's also going to change the quality of our lives. Next thing that we want to do here is just give it a taste test. Sometimes if you get an alkaline water that's just a little bit too alkaline or too much alkalinity in it, it's going to taste salty. The alkaline is also going to dry out your skin. It's going to dry out your hair. And it's just not going to be real good for you. However, when it's filtered and is at normal drinking levels, it should be extremely healthy for the individual. Now, I'll tell you, I can tell a difference between alkaline water and the TDS water. The TDS water has sort of it seems to have a little bit of a gritty taste to it and kind of leaves an aftertaste to it. But this is crisp, this is clear, this is pure, this is good stuff.